Hey everybody, Mike here. I'm just doing a quick recap and rating on Money in the Bank. Um, Overall, thought it was an all right show. Not great. You had some great matches, but overall, I didn't think the matches were um, very good. There was two 5-star matches, I think, and then the rest were pretty much average. I'm gonna break down the matches, and we're just gonna discuss the winners and things like that. So first of all, in the pre-show, we had R-Truth beating King Barrett, and this match was, I don't know, this wasn't a great match. I think I'm giving it 2 stars out of 5, and it doesn't really do much for Barrett to have him lose. I mean, he just won King of the Ring, and now you're gonna have him lose a match to R-Truth on the pre-show of all things. He should be moving way up the card from winning King of the Ring, like it's done in the past. When I remember when Stone Cold won King of the Ring in '96, it really jump started or kick started his career. Jumpstart, kickstart, whatever. It put his career into high gear. It's done that for a lot of people, but for some reason, when Wade Barrett wins, it makes him less relevant than before King of the Ring even happened. So this match not great. 2 stars out of 5. Gonna move, and then the next match I was kind of surprised was the Money in the Bank contract match, which I thought overall was pretty good. There were some weird booking decisions going on here. So Sheamus wins Money in the Bank. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why. I think we had predicted Roman Reigns. I think was the favorite to win, or people were predicting him to win, just based on his feud with the Authority and his relationship with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, and they were going to build to a match there. But Sheamus winning almost makes no sense to me. It doesn't really do a lot for anybody. I mean, I don't know if Sheamus is even feuding with anybody right now, and it's going to be interesting to see how long he holds onto the briefcase before he actually cashes in. Um, Let me see what I wrote down here. I gave this match 3 stars. There was some good spots from Kofi, of course. He's always good in these things. Some good spots, like we had a red arrow from Neville, things like that. Giving the match 3 out of 5. There was also just almost too much time where somebody would hit a spot and then they would be out for 5 minutes at a time. There was a time where you had pretty much most everybody in the match was laid out, and you had maybe one or two people still actively wrestling. Then it looks like we're at the point where Roman Reigns is about to climb the ladder. Arena goes dark. Bray Wyatt shows up, pushes the ladder over, hits Reigns with the Sister Abigail, and costs him the match. I don't know where the feud with Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns is going or why it started. It's very reminiscent of the feud with Dean Ambrose, how he just showed up out of nowhere, cost Ambrose the match at Hell in a Cell last year, and then had a feud that pretty much went nowhere with Dean Ambrose for like 3 months. I hope that's not what's happening with Roman Reigns. Hopefully, the feud with Bray Wyatt that I'm sure we're going to be starting tomorrow night on Raw actually goes somewhere. So 3 out of 5 on this match. Next up, we had Nikki versus Paige for the Divas title. Overall, I gave this match 3 stars as well. Paige is probably the best diva on the roster right now, as far as like being able to actually work. Nikki's improved quite a bit, but the match it was decent up until the finish, which ended with the twin magic bullshit again, which I don't understand how the WWE can actually book that, because right now Nikki and Brie look nothing alike. I mean, Brie's got dark hair, a totally different hairstyle. She has different ring gear. Well, at least tonight they had her dressed similarly to Nikki. She had the Fearless, top, and then the matching red trunks. But the Fearless logo was a completely different color than the one Nikki had. And of course, Nikki's breasts are way bigger than Brie's, so I don't see how the referee can confuse the two, or how often it actually confuses them. So what happens? Twin Magic gets pulled off. Paige pins Brie, and then the referee notices that it's not Nikki, and the referee's arguing or with Brie, and Brie's like, oh, it's like not me, or it's not Nikki, all this other stuff. and then Brie is pulling out padding from her bra. I guess they were trying to cover up the fact that maybe if they padded her bra, she would look more like Nikki. I don't really know. But they did that, and then for some reason the referee restarts the match. Nikki comes in and wins. But here's what I don't get. Beside all the Twin Magic inconsistencies with like how they look, is the referee catches Brie cheating on behalf of Nikki, and instead of disqualifying Nikki, restarts the match anyway. So even if the intention was to just keep the title on Nikki, I don't see why a disqualification win for Paige wouldn't be booked, because the title wouldn't have changed hands anyway. So overall, 3-star match. I'm just getting sick to death of the Twin Magic bullshit. It's stupid. It's like they look nothing alike anymore. If they looked alike, or like if Brie, patted her bra again, changed her hairstyle, changed her hair color, and had the exact same ring gear, maybe. But like it's just come on, I can tell them apart. How come the referees can't? And they're right in the ring, just a couple feet apart from them. So not a great match. Big Show. And Ryback is up next for the Intercontinental title, giving this 1 star because, it wasn't even a match. They started wrestling. The Miz comes in, attacks the Big Show, causing the Big Show to win by disqualification. Again, title can't change hands on a disqualification, so Ryback retains. Enough of that match. Next up, we have John Cena and Kevin Owens. Again, 5-star match. Probably the second best match of the night. Amazing back and forth. They were kicking out of each other's finishers, kicking out of everything. Maybe a little too much kickouts. I don't really know. But overall, great match. Kevin Owens hit the, I don't know what you call it. It's like a fisherman's neck breaker or suplex off of the top rope. Pop-up power bombs. There was even a moment where Kevin Owens pretty much imitated the 5 moves of doom. He did the shoulder tackle, the slam. He did the 5-knuckle shuffle, complete with the you can't see me thing. Kevin Owens is killing it right now. So, great match, 5 out of 5. Cena ended up winning, but Kevin Owens won the night because he delivered the apron powerbomb onto Cena at the end, which was awesome. And then, I think he threw the U.S. title to the ground and ran off, and he was laughing hysterically. It was great. Great match. Next up, we have the Primetime Players against the New Day. A decent matchup, but let's see what I wrote down for the score. I gave this a 3 out of 5 as well. Primetime Players ended up winning, which I was fairly surprised with. I think on the Classic Wrestling Cast, we predicted New Day would retain. This could work out for New Day, though, because they can go to the Authority or go to people and just complain that they were robbed of the title and demanding a rematch, or demanding that the titles just be stripped from the Primetime Players, that kind of thing. It kind of like what they could do is kind of what Chris Jericho did in WCW, and when I think he was wrestling or feuding with Dean Malenko, is he would constantly reference the rule book and have decisions reversed, have the outcome favor him based on, he's like, oh, in this page of the rule book in paragraph 2, line 7, it says if this person does this, the match should be a disqualification. All that kind of stuff. They could do something like that, and that would actually probably build up their heat even more, which would be pretty cool. 3 out of 5, Primetime Players go over. We had predicted New Day, but overall, it was a decent matchup. Next up, match of the night, match of the year candidate easily. We have Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins in a ladder match. And, this match started out without even a ladder in the ring. It started out, a very slow build, but to an awesome match. It was felt like old school booking because they had Seth Rollins constantly attacking Dean Ambrose's his knee and leg. So whenever Dean Ambrose would try to do a move, he was selling it so well that his moves weren't as effective because he was hurt. So he hit the rebound clothesline with a bad leg, a bunch of other stuff, and there was some awesome spots. There was the dirty deeds on the announcer table with the TV still intact, which I was surprised with that they didn't pull those out. Because if he had missed and Seth Rollins had hit the TV, the little CRT monitor, that could have not been very good. But some more awesome spots. We had Rollins smash a monitor into Dean's knee when he was trying to climb the ladder. A great spot where Seth Rollins got knocked, basically powerbombed through. I don't know if it was a powerbomb or what it was, but he went through a ladder. Amazing spots. Seth Rollins goes over cleanly, and this is as much as I wanted to see Dean Ambrose win the title, because Dean Ambrose tonight was on fire with his promos and all that stuff. Seth Rollins needed the clean win because the way they've booked him lately has been kind of poor. They've booked him to where it looks like he can't win without the Authority's help, and this time they booked him very strongly, booked him to win without any help from the Authority. He told the Authority he's going to do it on his own, and the Authority didn't come out during the match at all. No J&J security, no Kane, no Triple H. Triple H did come out at the end after Seth Rollins had won to raise his hand and all that. Overall, though, match of the show, easily 5 out of 5. Match of the year candidate. I think it's right up there for me. My two favorite matches this year have been this ladder match between Rollins and Ambrose and the Becky Lynch Sasha Banks match from NXT Rival, I think, or Rival, whatever it was called. The latest NXT special they did. This will be right up there. Hopefully at the end of the year I'll do a video where I break down the top 5 matches or something like that. But overall, Money in the Bank, a few gems in the show, but overall the show, I'm probably going to give it 3 stars total, based off of the terrible Big Show Ryback match, the Barrett match with R-Truth, the Divas match that, if they want Nikki to win, just have her win clean, because the Twin Magic shit just doesn't work. It's obvious, but overall, maybe 3.5 stars for Money in the Bank 2015. Next, I'll be doing one of these videos to recap Battleground once they do that. And I want to thank you all for watching. If you like the video, subscribe, comment, like the video, things like that. You can support these videos on Patreon at patreon.com/iceworm. All the help there is greatly appreciated, and it gives you more videos like this and more of the other stuff I work on. So, again, thank you for watching, and have a good night.